Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Garrett Herder,
Yes.
talking about Miskatonic School for Boys from Fun to 11.
Yes.
And
Yes,
hope you could
it was,
tell me, is
it
this
was
related
kickstarted this year
to the previous
It
Miskatonic School
is
for Girls?
in the same world, but
Okay.
very different.
Okay.
Totally different game.
Okay.
You don't have to know anything about Miskatonic School for Girls to play this. This is
a different
not
school.
a deck building game at all. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So in this game, you are an elder being in this class, taking control of a student,
Okay.
and it's a deduction game with a twist, where instead of trying to figure out who someone else is, you're trying to figure out who you are. Who am I?
Okay.
So we're going to have a whole stack of these students in the game,
Okay.
like this here.
Yep.
Yep. And this deck here is identical to the deck everybody has in the game. And this plays from 3 to 6 players, and I'm going to set it up for 4 players.
Okay. All right.
So we would take these cards, we would shuffle them, and then we would deal 1 face down to each player. And then, depending on the number of players, you'll put a couple face up on the table. In a 4-player game, you'd put 2 up, like this. Let's take this one out. That's still what works there. The rest go off to the side. Now, there's also a token. I do not see it. There's a first to wake token. Well, the person who woke up the earliest today,
Okay.
which I don't know what time you woke up, but
That's right.
you'd be the
We'll just say
star
it's me.
player. We'll say
Okay.
it's you, okay? And like I said, these cards here are identical to the deck of cards you have here.
Right.
And you're trying to figure out who you are. So when you put this up, you don't know which card this is, but you can instantly see you're not these other people. So you can look in your deck and say, okay, I know I'm not this person
Okay.
or this person.
And the 2 that are face up, put those away.
And these 2, yep.
All right.
So you can count those out.
All right. This still leaves a lot of choices.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I am not them or them or this person. Okay.
All right.
Now on my turn, or your turn, you'd go first.
Right.
You would look at someone around the table and you'd ask them a question about one of your traits. As you'll see,
right.
you are either going to be stupid or ignorant, or you're going
Okay.
to be reckless or spineless. So this person right here is stupid, reckless, stubborn, and oblivious. You know
All
that
right.
about them. So you would find another player in the game and you'd ask them. So you could look to me and say, Am I
stupid?
stupid? Yeah, exactly. And
The
I would
first
look at
question
your
you want to ask
card,
every time.
right? And I would say, You're stupid.
Oh,
You're stupid.
okay.
But here's the thing. Before the day begins, because you're going to go through this for 3 days,
Okay.
and each day is a game in and of itself. There's going to be these cards here, which are hidden trait cards. And they're either going to be truthful or dishonest. There's always going to be one more than the amount of players in the game, always 2 dishonest.
Okay.
So we would shuffle these before we even did any of this, deal 1 face down to each player, and 1 on the table no one looks at. And you peek at it.
Okay.
If you are truthful, and someone asks you a question, you always have to tell the truth. You can say that you're not. You can pretend like you're lying and throw them up if you want. And everybody has these little point tokens here too. These are your grade points. You can pretend that you're telling the truth or not. But because if I question you, if I think, well, I don't know if you're telling the truth, I can pull the group.
Okay.
And if I catch you, you're going to lose some of your points.
Okay.
But if you're dishonest, you can tell the truth or you can lie. You can choose to be dishonest and throw me out.
All right.
And what's funny is if you're lying to me, everyone else around the table knows you're lying to me. So there's a little bit of this reading of you, but also looking around at others
And everyone else. Okay.
and seeing how they catch you lying as well. So if I trust you, then okay, or if you trust me, if you're asking me and you trust me, and I say, yeah, you are, no, you're not stupid.
Right.
And say, okay, I trust you, then that's great. If you don't trust me, then you might say, I'm going to challenge that. And it costs, in round 1, it costs 2. So you would put 2 out. And the group's going to tell you if I was honest or not. They always have to tell the truth when you poll the group. If I catch you in a lie, then you'll reveal your card. Or if you catch someone in a lie, you reveal the card and say, yeah, you caught me. I lied to you.
Okay.
And 2, I lose 2 of my tokens to you.
Okay.
But if I was telling the truth, even though I'm dishonest, because I could choose to tell the truth, they'd all say I told the truth. I don't have to show anything, because I might lie later.
Right.
Or maybe while you're playing, you realize the question you asked me, you let it go. No one else is asking me a question later in the game. You might think, maybe you lied to me back then. So maybe I want to ask that question again.
Okay.
Now, if you feel like you know who you are, you say, okay, I've got a pretty good idea now who I am, then you can make a guess and say, okay, I'm gonna guess right here. First guess. As soon as that happens, it makes everybody nervous. It's kind of like being in a classroom and you're taking a test, and one person turns it in super early and everyone else is done already, you know? So when it comes to their turn, if they don't make a guess on their turn, they lose a point.
If you don't make a guess.
Yep, they don't make a guess.
All right.
But it only starts that as soon as somebody makes the first guess.
All right.
So it puts a little pressure on, and it keeps going around. You can keep asking questions until, until there's only one left, and then you're gonna have to, because you got nothing to give up.
Okay.
After everybody's made their guess, we turn them over and see if you're right. First player to get one, if you get it right, you're going to get an A in the class, which is worth 6 points. Okay. And a B in the class, and so on down the road. And that's pretty much Miskatonic.
Okay.
There is one aspect, though. There's a trigger word at the top of all these that's crossed out. You can never ask that person that word. So if you asked me, am I oblivious? If you're stupid, my card is ignorant. You can never ask me that.
Right.
So you are just giving me a little bit of information.
Okay.
Because when you say, am I stupid? If you're asking me if you're stupid, I know that my trigger word is not stupid.
Right.
So that helps me a little bit too. So you kind of want to have someone ask you questions, but at the same time, if you're able to lie, you want to throw them off, because their guess is wrong. It's going to really hurt them.
Okay. All right.
So you go through that 3 times, 3 days, and whoever has the highest points or grade points will be the winner.
All right. All right. Thanks very much for the overview. There you go. Miskatonic School for Boys.